Beautiful Sunday morning. Decided to revisit the area where I found the old 1865 3-cent piece and see if anything fell all the way down to the bottom of the bank. As you can see, that's a steep bank. That coin was somewhere up around that area there. So with that thought in mind, I came down here at the bottom. Of course, there's a lot of leaves, but I did see something poking. The way the sun is, it just caught this. I'm going to take a look. I haven't checked this out, but from what I can tell, looks like I got a pretty cool old bottle here. You know, I think it's all there except for a couple little chips. One little ding around the top, and that's probably from tumbling down the bank. But wow, what a great find. It says stuff on it. Prepared by Professor E.H. Crane, Kalamazoo, Michigan. Now let's see what this other side says. I don't think there's any cracks in this. Okay, wipe this off a little bit. It says Excelsior Preservative. I'm sure that was probably 95% alcohol and a little bit of sarsaparilla root thrown in there for flavoring. Hey, that's an old one. Laying right here in the leaf litter. What a ride that must have taken. Coming all the way down this bank, probably a good 150, 200 feet, and only getting maybe one little ding here on the top. I can live with that. So, hey, great way to start the day. It's about 24 degrees. Things are kind of firm, but I'll throw this in my backpack and we're going to move along, see if anything else shows up. So, if nothing else, I'm pretty happy and I want to thank you for watching. Hopefully there will be more. Well, I'm still exploring and I looked up this bank here. It's pretty hard to get to because this doggone bank is so steep and slippery, and I found what looks like a really old handmade brick. Of course, everything's frozen this morning. But let's take a look at this and see what we got. Oh yeah, that's about as crude and rough as they can get. Definitely from sometime in the 1800s. But oops, see if we can keep it up there. Pretty cool find, nonetheless. So I'm definitely in the right spot, and here's some old wire here, fencing wire. So somebody must have tried to put a fence along here to keep the animals from either going up this hill or down it, one or the other. But that was the next treasure, and I got a pretty cool rock down below I want to show you. I was looking at this old metal rim, and there was a bone sticking out of it. But I'll show you the rock that was next to it. It's pretty cool. So anyway, here I am at this metal rim of a can or something, I'm not sure. And I saw this old bone in there. But then as I looked off to the side, it looked like a pretty cool looking rock here. Definitely, I think it's quartz. I tried to jar it. Oh, I guess it will move. It's a pretty big piece. But that's some nice looking quartz right there. I don't think I could nap that, but you know, something like that looks good around your flower bed, and I won't be taking it, but kind of cool finding it. So I'll turn this back on if anything else shows up this morning. Well, I've hiked to another area I've been through a good many times, but I don't know what it is about this morning, but I seem to be spotting everything. This is probably one of the coolest. I saw this first right here. If I can get it out. Thinking, wow, that'd be nice if that was all together. But what's cooler is the thing laying next to it. If I can get it out of there. I mean, I don't know what in the world this is. It looks like some sort of clamp. It's very ornate. And if I didn't know better, I'd say that's some kind of a bird on there. I'm going to have to take that home and clean that up. But that to me is the find of the day. You know, even though I like that really cool old bottle, this is amazing. I have no idea, but you can clearly see there's a wing. Looks like a tail feather's there. Probably some sort of a head or a beak or whatever. I almost think I see an eye right there. But wow, you just never know what you're going to stumble on in the woods when you're walking around old areas. But I'm going to check that out further, and I might do a cleanup when I get home. I'll show you what the stuff came out to be. So thanks for tagging along, and today was fun, and if I find nothing more, I can consider this a pretty successful hike and discovery time. So thanks for watching. Okay, I got these 2 items home that I found on my hike today, and I cleaned them up the best I could, but I didn't want to overdo it. Here's this one, the Excelsior. I don't know how well we're going to see this. There we go, maybe right there. Excelsior preservative. Really old bottle, kind of got a crooked neck, a lot of lines and stuff in the neck. The seam only goes just barely to the bottom of the neck, a little bit past maybe. Pretty old bottle. And on the other side, we've got this writing here that says it was prepared by Professor E.H. Crane from Kalamazoo, Michigan. Never seen this bottle before. Pretty cool. I'm very impressed, and it cleaned up nice, you know. Like I said, all there was for damage was this one little ding right there. And I can easily live with that, because this is the side I want to display anyway, and you don't see any dings on this side. But you know, as cool as that was, this is the ultimate cool thing that I've ever found. I've never found anything quite like it. I have no idea what it is, and anybody out there that might have a clue as to what this thing is, you know, please leave a comment down below. Look at the ornate detail on this thing. Now, I do believe it's made out of copper, and that's probably the reason that it lasted so long. And at one time, you could see there was a spring in here that went from here to here, and that's so that when you would push down on this, it would open up, but then it would spring right back closed. And you can see it's obviously a bird, and I'll tell you, it's in great shape for probably as old as it is. And this screw down here, if I don't drop it, right here, this screw does turn, as you can see. I'm not going to mess around with it too much because it is really old and I don't want to stress the metal out. But check this thing out, guys. This is crazy, you know. The beautiful detail that's in this is just indescribable. But yeah, that was my cool find of the day, I would say, or of the year so far. Just awesome. So all in all, it was a great hike today. I got about 6 miles in the woods. Found these 2 things, plus a couple other things I showed earlier. So thanks for watching and tagging along, and if anybody knows what this is, let me know. Take care, and I'll be back with more.